Students, in this part I shall tell you about the central nervous system. The central nervous system contains the brain and the spine. The brain is further divided into the brain stem, which has medulla, pons and midbrain. Diencephalon, which has the thalamus and hypothalamus, the cerebellum and the cerebrum. The spine is the spinal cord. The brain is covered by the meninges. Meninges are the three coverings around the brain and spine and help cushion, protect and nourish the brain and the spinal cord. The dura mater is the most outermost layer and it is very tough. The arachnoid matter is the middle layer. The pia matter is very thin and transparent, but it is very tough and covers the entire brain. Following the entire brain into its crevices, which are called as sulci and spinal cord. The cerebrospinal fluid, which buffers, nourishes and detoxifies the brain and the spinal cord, flows through the subarachnoid space between the arachnoid matter and the pia matter. In this slide, I shall tell you about the regions of the brain. The brain is divided into the cerebellum and the cerebrum. The cerebellum is responsible for coordination of movement and for motor learning. The cerebrum is responsible for all conscious activity included perception, emotion, thought and planning. The thalamus is the brain's switchboard. It filters and then relays information to various brain regions. The medulla is responsible for all vital reflexes as heartbeat and respiration. The brain stem is responsible for medulla, which contains the medulla, pons and midbrain, is responsible for involuntary responses and it relays information from spine to upper brain. The hypothalamus is involved in regulating activities of internal organs and monitoring information from the autonomic nervous system, controlling the pituitary glands and its hormones, and regulating sleep and appetite. The cerebrum. It is the largest portion of the brain. It encompasses about 2/3 of the brain mass. It consists of two hemispheres divided by a fissure. This fissure, as shown in the figure, is called the corpus callosum. It includes the cerebral cortex, the medullary body, and the basal ganglia. The cerebral cortex. It is the layer of the brain often referred to as grey matter because it has cell bodies and synapses but no myelin sheath. The cortex, which has a thin layer of tissue, is grey because nerves in this area lack the insulation or white fatty myelin sheath that makes most of the parts of the brain appear to be white. The cortex covers the outer portion. Now, the lobes of the cerebrum. It has got four lobes: frontal, which controls the motor area involved in movement and in planning and in coordinating behavior. The parietal lobe, which is responsible for sensory processing, attention, and language. The temporal lobe for auditory perception, speech, and complex visual perceptions. The occipital lobe, which is the visual center, plays a role in processing visual information. Now, there are certain special regions in the brain. The Broca's area, which is located in the frontal lobe, it is important in the production of speech. Wernicke's area, which is responsible for comprehension of language and the production of meaningful speech. The limbic system, which is a group of brain structures, amygdala, hippocampus, septum, basal ganglia, and others that help regulate the expression of emotions and emotional memory. Further, I shall tell you in the next part of the nervous system.